Okay, I'm gonna listen in and see how we sound compared to you.
Well, how does PanamaMatt sound? That is what truly wakes me up in the morning.
I sound wonderful, as always.
Do you?
I don't know.
Okay, we're a little quiet compared to you.
Good. All right. In that
That's
case,
the natural order of things.
what do you want me to do, Paleo? Turn my voice off? Yeah.
Well, or turn us up.
No. I could probably arrange something. All right, Paleo, tell me about your favorite dolphin.
My favorite dolphin is a rough-toothed dolphin, which is where the steno comes from in my name, which is like Stenobretonensis was the scientific name of the rough-toothed dolphin.
That's nice.
I'd wondered about the steno.
Everyone wonders about the steno. How do you sound now, Paleo?
I think it sounds pretty good now. I think it should be good.
Go, like, yell. Just go, ah!
Ah! Okay.
All right, I think I got you guys adjusted. Hello, everybody. And
Okay. Yeah. It sounds great now.
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Hello, folks. I am by myself currently because Sarah.
And who are we?
Well, no, I mean like physically by myself.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a sad day
Are you the only person in California?
in the entire
the
state.
Last survivor?
Very likely. Oh boy, one of the cables is. I'm getting you guys in one ear and then not in the other ear. Let's see here.
Oh no.
So you're saying it's not in one ear and out the other?
Not this time. No.
Progress.
All right. I think we're up and running. So,
I don't know
welcome
about
in.
you, but I'm sitting.
Oh, God damn it! There it goes again.
No. Hope it doesn't. It was a good joke, I thought. You agree?
No. Now I can't hear either of you guys, but that's purposely so. So you could say bad things about me.
Oh. So
At ACRacebest, he's a
it
darn
seems
good
like because
guy.
like we're still coming in on the stream. It's just that Race can't hear us for some reason.
Okay, now I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. We were still coming in on the stream, but for some reason I guess you couldn't hear us. That was...
Oh no! That's because I was adjusting. I was plugging some things in with my headphones.
Oh.
These are bad headphones. I give up, Sarah. She can use these ones. I am switching over to my headphones. All right. Hello and welcome to the semi-perfect podcast with a semi-perfect beginning. It is a semi-perfect Sunday.
It's Wednesday.
Ah! You're right. I don't know why I said Sunday. Oh, shit. Welcome in, everybody. I hope everyone's having a good week. I'm going to just jump into this with, the bad news, and then we'll just have to lift it up from there. For anyone that's wondering, unfortunately, Gabe and his brother weren't selected as wild cards, so that ended up not happening, which means we can all move on with our lives. It's their loss. It's America's Got Talent's loss.
Simon will be kicking himself when he sees the success of the Brown brothers.
Indeed. What a loser he clearly is. The way it worked was each of the judges, which I thought maybe it was going to be all 5, because I think while there's 4 judges, I think Terry Crews, who's the host, was given a golden buzzer. So I thought maybe he would also be one selecting a wild card, but they only had 4. 2 of the wild cards, I was keeping an eye on the pulse of, I guess, the regulars that watch the show, and 2 of the ones that they were saying should make it were among the 4. But what's funny is the other two I didn't see like mentioned once. So yeah, I was like, okay. It is technically the judge's choice as far as who they wanted to put in there, but I just thought that was a little bizarre, but whatever.
I'd have chosen differently, but then again, I'm a bit biased.
I am too, but hey, I know, I will say I know when something stinks when I see it, and America's Got Talent stinks, so that's the unbiased.
Wouldn't you know that it stinks when you smell it?
I went there. I did smell it. It stinks.
Oh, that's right.
It's hot. It's not air conditioned well. The sound is terrible. Just, yeah.
It's just assaulting you and insulting you on all senses.
The only thing that saved that experience were the acts. But I could barely understand most of them because, again, the audio is just ludicrous in there. By the way, actually, it's funny I'm going into this because I don't think Sarah and I even have spoken about our experience on the as far as us going to the show.
Oh, yeah, because I could think that happened after the last one.
Yeah. So there we go. All right. But yeah, I do know. I will say, like I said, I've been keeping a pulse on, I guess, the show itself and what the regulars, the people who normally seem to watch the show, have been thinking per websites. And a lot of people are very upset with just the entire format of this season. Just saying it's a hot mess.
Is it so much different from the others?
Yes. Yeah, this is a much more accelerated version. Gabe had mentioned this to me, that this was a different format, and I can't tell you in detail what kind of stuff they've cut out, but I do know that it just sounds like the way they cut acts from 11 to 2 5 times.
Yeah, it's pretty vigorous.
It's just not the best way, I guess, to really narrow things down. But for them, their claim, I should say Simon's claim, because he's the one who has said this repeatedly, is like, oh, everything gets boring if we do it the old way, and that has a lot of people not thrilled.
Attention spans are shortening. We need faster shit.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, like, whatever, yeah. The way that all this kind of comes together, as far as I'm concerned, it was cool to see Gabe and Nate, not only have a great audition, but be able to see them, compete here in America's Got Talent, and be able to actually go and see them perform. Really, it's the only reason I've ever had to watch America's Got Talent. And this season, from everything I've kind of learned from it and seen from it, as far as how the votes swing, and I could say that outside of an anomaly of having someone in the show, I feel vindicated in me not having watched anything up to this point. It can be frustrating. So yeah, and again, seeing what the regulars were saying about, like, this formatting and whatnot, it hasn't really just sold me on becoming a regular viewer in any way. But again, this was cool. It was neat that they were able to get where they got. And again, like I've said before, I'm very proud of them. And maybe a little bit later on, when Sarah's here, we'll actually talk about our experience. I did some filming while we went on all this, so we'll probably do a video at some point soon now that we know the results. I was kind of waiting to see what would happen moving forward, and this wild card kind of makes it tough because there was still the question of would they move on? And looking at stats has been interesting because their YouTube channel for America's Got Talent, Gabe and Nate, they don't have the most viewed video of the semifinals, but they have one of the highest viewed of someone who didn't already make it. They were definitely in the top 5 of that. But what's more interesting is they were probably, I want to say, they may have been in the top 3, maybe top 2 of likes for a group that didn't make it yet.
That's impressive.
Like they had, and what's funny is I'm trying to remember, but yeah, in fact, they may have been number 1 in that category. I haven't looked in the last week, so things could have changed. But they had like 24,000 likes, and outside of any acts that actually moved on to the finals, they, I think, kind of blew everyone else out of the water. But again, they don't just go off of that. They didn't just go off of social media stuff. I heard that maybe they would go off of that, so I guess I had hope that in some way I was hearing that the judges do listen. They like to go off of who's being commonly brought up, and I know that those two were brought up quite a bit. But ultimately, that doesn't seem to be how their decision was made. Also, one other thing, talk about getting screwed. And this isn't about them, but today was the results show for week 5 of the semifinals, and today was the day they chose the wild card. So the people in this grouping, I don't know exactly how they would have done it, but none of them were eligible for the wild card. I don't know if any of them could have gotten the wild card, but it just doesn't make sense to me. I'm like, wow, so that's kind of screwy too. It's just the format of the show is so bizarre. Don't even get me started on the fact that voting for this wild card happened only for when it airs live on the East Coast, because that's bullshit. But who am I to say that the show should carry? I'm ranting at this point. Let's move on. So, welcome to the Semi-Perfect Podcast. I'm here with Paleo. Hi, Paleo.
Hi.
I'm here with Matt. Hi, Matt.
Hi.
And that's it right now, as far as folks joining in here today. I
did message Hero and Jax.
Nice.
Well, we'll see if they come.
I have messaged Gabe, by the way. And then I messaged him before I even realized today was the day that they were choosing wild cards. I didn't even know that was today until maybe an hour and a half ago. And I was like, what the hell? So, I don't know. I haven't heard from Gabe if we are going to see him. But again, to end the America's Got Talent thing on a positive note prior to when Sarah gets here, and then, like I said, we'll talk about the experience, which was cool. I felt like they did everything they needed to do, so that's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Again, it's weird seeing them on a show like that, where it's like, oh yeah, there they are, and then let alone getting able to talk to Gabe like right after, like something airs or right after they perform, and being like, so what'd you think? But yes, this is the Semi-Perfect Podcast, and we like I said, there's 3 of us here right now. Sarah will be joining here soon when she gets back from work. And we always like to kick things off with food posts. If you're new to the Semi-Perfect Podcast, food posts, we like those, or we go through those on Twitter. You can
there are
submit.
some posts.
Hashtag SPP Foods. So get your.
But it's not just Ambazar this time.
By the way, shout out to Quiet Storm for helping kind of moderate the chat and also let people know where to send the hashtags and all that. So yes, SPP Foods, hashtag it. I want to see what people are eating, so I'm gonna pull this up. I'm gonna pull this up. Let's see here. I don't know if
I like where some of these are going.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
Dude.
don't.
Well, now I'm equally excited. And let's see here. I'm going to pull down. I'm actually going to... Let's see here.
Please bear with us as Race manages
I'm doing my best.
You are.
Are you?
There's been no fire yet. The stream's still going.
All right. Yes. When Sarah gets here, we're all going to be like, whoa, you missed him do perfect. Okay. All right. Sweet. Let me go to latest. And then I will pull up. All right, let's see what kind of terrifying things people are eating these days. Let's see here. I'm looking for the first one. Got it. All right. So, let me move this over to... Wait for it. Woo! Oh, you can't... Thank you. All right, I didn't turn on the other screen. We're saving electricity here in California, so that is why any issues with this podcast, that's what is causing it, is power. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right.
Power and heat.
Okay, so the first thing we have here is Elwin saying, tonight I've got a chicken... Okay, I'm painting a picture here. Tonight I've got a chicken breast marinated in pickle juice, a little bit of water, garlic, ginger, and some poultry seasoning, and an adult beverage.
What is the adult beverage?
What is the adult beverage, Elwin? We need to know.
We see you in the chat. Let us know.
We need Elwin to tell us. Okay, Nathaniel Foga says, decided to use this opportunity to show off the queso made out of cheddar, pepper jack, and Velveeta, and pickled jalapenos I made for nachos for a Labor Day event at my church last Sunday. Definitely felt they both turned out very solid. Queso!
That looks dangerous and good.
Oh, yes. And look at these pickled jalapenos.
Spicy.
Oh, man. The queso, man. Give me a straw. I don't know. I don't think that's a good idea, actually. Don't give me a straw.
Probably not.
Yeah, chips are the preferable way.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. What does Ambizar got here?
Well, it's a chicken burrito.
It's a chicken burrito. Ambizar going all out, cooking us, loosely cooking us a chicken burrito.
Some heat may be required.
Yeah, don't eat it like that.
Yeah, remove the plastic first, of course.
Of course.
Oh, boy. Let's see. Logan says, tonight I got some good food, some salmon patties, along with some mac and cheese with freshly shredded cheddar cheese.
Ooh, that's not some mac and cheese. That's an entire 9x13 of mac and cheese.
I like the idea of just putting that on your lap and going to town. Just
Uh-huh.
although it might
There
be
it
hot.
is.
Does. When
No, that's
Jax
why you
makes
have to-
mac and cheese, she just eats it.
I'd pay to see that.
So what's the rule? I forget which direction it goes. Is it that mac and cheese is an entree or a side? Like, which one is it supposed to be?
It's supposed to be a side.
But Jax has said it's an entree, right?
It can be.
Because like I've had it as an entree for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kraft mac and cheese, baby. Let's see, what else do we got here? We have Jory. Says, after the past 4 days of completing nearly 200 stops at my job, I'm ready to relax and feast. Hope y'all are doing well. Look at the feast. We've got garlic breadsticks. We've got pizza. Is this Little Caesars? This looks like Little Caesars.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Little Caesars.
I know pizza.
I hope you're right that you can identify that from that photo.
Yes, the breadsticks would be the big giveaway here.
Okay.
The pizza could, there's a lot of pizza out there, but the breadsticks. Oh,
That's what you're banking it on.
I am. I am. So we'll see if Jory can confirm or deny where that's from. Here we go.
Also, just before we get too far, Ambazar has a super chat about his food post.
Yeah.
His, chicken burrito.
Yeah.
That it's deconstructed. He doesn't expect poor people to understand.
Oh. Speaking of, I don't even know what I'm speaking of here.
You're speaking of soup doggers. Food post here.
Nothing like a good old clam pop.
Clam pop.
What is this, SpongeBob? Clam pops?
Given that it's been 100+ out here today, it's not sounding bad.
It's disgusting.
Well, you don't like seafood.
Yeah.
It would be disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, what if this was a ham pop? Ambazar, get on it.
Ham? But ham doesn't work that way. You can't just freeze ham into any, shape.
Well, not it. You gotta blend it first.
Yeah, exactly. Ham's not blended, but if you blend it up,
no,
sausage pop. There you
no.
go. Also rhymes with clam, so work with me here.
No. Spam.
Oh, spam pop. I'd have a spam
pop.
God. Jam? What about jam? Jam sounds good. Jam.
A jam pop.
Yeah.
That might actually taste good because it's fruity.
I feel like we're going in the right direction here. Shout out to however that picture came to be. Good job, soup dogger. Okay, what's it? Now I'm afraid to look at anything else. What is this? Gerb?
The username.
What? She took the kids and I can't find them. I miss my dead wife. Gerb. What is this? What is that?
I don't know. At first I thought it was like some kind of sushi, but I don't know what it is.
It looks like a tempura fried. It looks like a piece of shrimp with maybe a shiso leaf wrapped around it.
But is it small? It looks small.
Ambazar, you have competition in these last couple of posts.
Yeah, Ambazar. Oh no! I just realized I haven't been liking these. Wow. Maybe there's a reason for that. No, I love these. I don't even know what that is, but shout out.
Congratulations on it.
Congratulations on your Twitter name. Because, alright, see, I'm hidden like. This is where Sarah's gonna pat me on the head and say, you did good. And I'll say, yes, I did. I'm even... Oh, wait, is there a picture to go with this? Oh, also have some lemonade, says Owen. Okay, alright, okay, Nora Mermaid says, hey, semi-perfect podcast. It's a nice Wednesday night, and I'm enjoying some tendies from Whole Foods. If I'm quiet, it's because I'm either journaling in my cute journal or watching my comfort show. Love you guys, except for my rival Saberspark. He knows why, LOL. Good. Yeah, well, that's why, because he's afraid of Nora. So there's the tendies. Okay, nice. I wonder is that barbecue sauce?
Almost looks like ketchup. Nora, fill us in.
Oh, maybe it is ketchup.
What's that sauce?
Yeah, you might be right. And ketchup. I also was wondering if it was like buffalo in any way, but it doesn't look runny enough. Oh no, that's definitely ketchup. Yeah. Look at that. Giving us the multi-view, the multi-angle. Yeah, the Little Mermaid. I believe this is the... Wait, I can't tell. Is that the journal underneath the VHS tape?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
For a moment, I thought it was like the journal with the.
So did I. I was like, oh.
Cover. But that would be a really cool set of journals though to have them based off
old
of the
movie
clamshell.
covers, yeah.
Yeah, based off the clamshell VHS tapes.
Disney, get on it.
Yeah. How come they haven't done that yet?
Maybe we should get on it and just sell it. Okay, what's this now? Hey, want some quack? I love smoke quack. Says, I spent all my money on V-Bucks, so now I have to eat this DVD copy of Eddie Murphy's cult classic movie, Norbit. What's happening today? What's going on? I love these food posts.
Did Ambazar make more like accounts?
I love smoke quack. I love it. Good luck chewing that. I always hear it goes like, some nice whipped cream with Norbit is apparently helpful on its way down.
It's one of the angry beavers.
Is it Norbit or Norbert?
Norbert.
It's Norbert.
Okay.
Norbert Daggett. There we go.
We've made it to the end, possibly. Princess Deadpool says, "Hey, Semi-Perfect Podcast. First time listening from the new apartment. For dinner tonight, I ordered some chicken, fries, and broccoli from BJ's and decided to include some photos of the collage of art that adorns my walls now." All right, let's look at this. First,
Congratulations on the new apartment, too.
Matt, you and I just ate at BJ's recently.
BJ's.
Yeah. That's what we do.
We're
All right.
old hens.
All
at
right.
The BJ's.
So
Wait.
so I'm looking at this image. So this is Princess Deadpool's dinner, and then let's see what's for dessert. Wait, why is it zooming in on vinyl scratch? That's not what I was trying to zoom in. Oh, whatever. Sarah's taking over my. Why can't I? There we go. Hi, Rainbow Dash. Whoa! Wait a minute. I need to investigate this a little bit more. Paleo.
What?
You know artwork very well, don't you?
I guess.
Would you say that this area right here is pointy?
Yes, it is. It is very pointy.
Go Rainbow! All right. Okay. Before I get kicked off of whatever platform I'm streaming on right now, YouTube. Hi, YouTube.
Yeah.
Where else are we? Whoa! More Rainbow Dash. Hell yeah. And Prit. Don't forget, everyone. Sarah's not here. I can't get in trouble yet. And no one. Oh my. Look at that. That is Pinkie Pie on a donut. That is Pinkie's donut.
Look out, she's got a gun.
Wait, did she? She has a gun? Oh my god, she does have a gun. I was looking at her hands. All right.
Taking in the entire photo, were you?
I was. Very
Yes.
cool. All right. I like it. Good work, everybody. Those were definitely entertaining food posts. I'm going to just check real quick, make sure that we didn't get any last-minute ones. Here. If it ever loads. Come on. My router must be melting. It's been like 110 degrees the last 5 days. What's going on? Twitter. I have a
don't
show.
know what's going on.
Ah!
I think that might be everything from what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I don't see any more.
All right. Let's see. I'm just doing a quick scroll here. Did I like Princess
No
Death?
kidding, something went wrong, Twitter.
Yeah. Thank you, Twitter. At least it's not YouTube, where YouTube's like, nothing's wrong. Like, you lie.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Nothing's wrong.
All right, here we go. This is where I break the internet. Ugh. Come on. Break the internet. Woo! Nice. All right. Very good. We actually have quite a bit to talk about on this podcast. So, first, why don't we kind of jump into things now that we've handled our food posts. Oh, wow. Actually, I just realized that we have a whole bunch of... I can't talk. Why can't I talk? It's very important to talk on a podcast. We've got a lot of super chats. Anime Guy says, mac and cheese pop. What do you guys think?
I'd give it a shot.
Would you?
Like, it's fair food, mac and cheese on a stick.
Yeah, but like cold? Or can it be warm?
I mean, Pop suggested be cold, but there's nothing saying you can't serve it warm and call it Pop.
Yeah, like if you have it like on a stick and like deep fry it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
deep fried mac and cheese, good.
Well,
cold mac and cheese, probably not.
Probably not. Wait, Nora says it's a VHS tape journal.
It didn't look like it.
It's a super chat from Nora. But I am willing to believe Nora.
I would believe her too.
Also,
If it's her
Ambazar
journal, she would know.
is quite upset and has sent in a super chat saying that those food posts are infringement and he will sue.
Oh, okay.
Gotta take it up Twitter.
How dare
Whoever
they?
made those.
Good job.
You're on his turf.
Yeah, you pissed off Ambazar. Good job. All right.
Takes work.
So I'm just pulling. Let's see. I'm gonna pull it up over here. I'm gonna make sure I have the chat up. So, Paleo. Outside of a convention that we went to recently, what is new with you?
Not too much. I'm working on some video stuff that I'm gonna try to get out next week, and also a couple things I want to try to do tomorrow, because the Pinocchio thing comes out, which we'll talk about later.
Oh shit! Sarah told me to watch that. I haven't watched it yet.
We could watch it together.
Yeah. Also, I just realized, because I saw somebody post about it on my timeline, because he's in the UK, so he's already seen it. Is that the Cars series also comes out tomorrow? The Cars on the Road, which all the episodes are just coming out tomorrow.
Cars on the Road.
And then I
was
also got a couple of editing gigs for some other creators.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anyone you can tell us about?
Um,
Or not yet?
Not yet, because I'm gonna wait until the stuff is done before I say anything. So
That's fair.
yeah. But yeah, it's just something else that I'm doing along with my own stuff.
Nice. Very nice. What about you, PanamaMatt?
Well, a couple weeks ago, I got to have an encounter with a beluga whale.
Oh.
What?
Yes. So, some good friends of mine, their niece is about to turn 18, and, one of the things she really wanted to do was go have a beluga whale encounter. So, conveniently, that is a thing that SeaWorld offers, and one of my friends is very much a fan of belugas. To quote her, "Oh my God, they're so fat."
They are.
They are
yeah,
fat.
watching them undulate as they swim by is impressive. So we all went down to SeaWorld in the San Diego area. And gotta say, yeah, they are as blubbery as they look. We didn't do the one where you got in the water. They didn't have room for that one. But got to go back with the trainer, feed them some fish, do some tricks with them. They walked you through how they train them to do these things to make veterinary appointments easier. You train them to roll on their back and stay still until you let them, move on to the next thing.
Husbandry is what it's called.
It's what?
Or animal husbandry.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why husband is in the name, but yeah.
Goes back to horses for some reason.
It's kind of my family's thing,
But yeah, no, it was really neat, and it was impressive how have you been to a water park and that squishy material they put on some of the slides and pools to keep them soft? They feel like that.
Yeah,
but cold.
they're very different from how I still want to do a beluga encounter, because I've done encounters with dolphins and stuff, but I know that belugas feel slightly different, because dolphins have that sort of rubbery feel to them, but belugas are squishier.
Oh yeah, they were squishy.
Yeah.
Adorable and smart, and it was a good old time.
Nice.
And then I'm sure we'll get into it when we talk about something that happened up in Washington. But I also got to take an overnight train ride, crossed one off the bucket list, as it were.
You haven't done that before?
No.
Oh.
I've done little scenic railroads and all that. The longest I'd taken prior was from Orange County to Monterey for the Jazz Festival a number of years ago. And once I'd experienced that, I said, yes, I must do this from LA to Seattle. So I took the Coast Starlight, got a room, and enjoyed 2 days of somewhat productivity and somewhat relaxation.
Nice. Very good. Very good, Matt.
And then, that whole, thing up in Bellevue.
That whole thing?
Yeah, that thing.
That thing.
That thing, you pillar.
Cool. A lot of my last couple of weeks, again outside of Everfree Northwest, has been just kind of beating the heat. Been doing a lot of work inside. Sarah and I have been doing a lot of recordings for upcoming content for Ready Player Dumb. We're also starting to gear up for spooky season on Ready Player Dumb, so we'll see what games we end up doing there. I always get nervous when spooky season time is upon us because I don't know if if Sarah's gonna mess with my head.
We can only hope she does.
Yeah, she probably will. So we'll see. By the way, speaking of, I do hear the garage opening, which means rejoice, everybody. Sarah will soon give us a legitimate...
Oh, can I suggest a game for spooky season? Because I've been seeing it go around a lot.
Oh, God. Yes.
It's called, I think it's called The Mortuary's Assistant.
The Mortuary's Assistant?
Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
But, yeah, it looks creepy.
Is it a long game?
I don't know. I've been seeing, like, a lot of YouTubers play it, though, but, so it doesn't seem like it's long.
Oh, boy. Oh, I'm going to mention it. And if you don't hear me mention it once Sarah has her headphones in, so I don't forget to tell.
Mm-hmm.
Here she comes. She's showing up. Sarah! Hi! I don't know if she knows that we're podcasting. Sarah! Hi. I know. I was just saying hi. I think she saw the first part of the podcast. She seems...
Why do you say that?
Because she seems to be, like, done with my shit already.
Isn't that like a resting state with her?
It should be. For anybody that gets stuck with me.
That's love right there, that is.
But yeah, no, she'll be up here in a moment. But yeah, outside of, like, again, doing a lot of that, it's been a lot of editing going on right now. And actually, I wanted to mention that because we're going to soon be talking about... what is this? Oh, political text messages. Go away.
Those are getting... the number of unsolicited texts I've been getting lately is just getting out of hand.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of calls too. But the... so I was going to mention this, since we're soon going to be getting into our experience at Everfree Northwest. So typically, when I am releasing the vlogs, I'm usually a lot quicker with my release. So don't worry, folks. The vlogs themselves I have been working on. But I happen to also be in the midst of editing a big project right now. And I'll just say it, it's Bronies React. It is the new Bronies React. Because I want to get the Bronies React out just before the release of the next episode of Make Your Mark. So I've been working heavily on that. So it's
and definitely before the next special, which is in November.
Yeah, which I anticipate the special will probably be our next.
Yeah.
You know,
you want to get it out just in time to start the process over again.
Right. So yeah, that's going to be, or that is in the works. I am currently heavily editing with that, and I'm kind of simul editing. I'm editing both things at once. But I am also, just because of the nature of, I guess, like panel recordings and whatnot, I'm also making sure that I have everything lined up. Everfree is, I've spoke with them a little bit, and I'm gonna get some audio, I think, from them for some of the panels. So some of that stuff is also being worked on at the moment. Shout out to Everfree, by the way. I saw a little earlier in the chat, I saw Morgan, who put together the intro video for Everfree Northwest and opening ceremonies, and used a lot of the vlogs, and I was like, "Aw, that's really cool." So
she's the one that did that. Great work.
yes, so yeah, that was cool. It was cool to see. I was, as we'll talk about, I was very surprised with opening ceremonies for a number of reasons. But yeah, so that basically sums up my my couple of weeks, and then we'll get into Everfree Northwest here in just a moment. Hi, Sarah. Sarah, I've been doing a good job. She said good job. We're all gonna agree, and oh hi. Sarah just got a haircut. That's her update. She got a haircut yesterday. So her hair's shorter. Do you want to switch spots with me? So I can put the mic in the normal spot. I did this so I could do all the other stuff.
Well, okay.
Or do you want to just sit there and I can just move it here?
Yeah.
You want to do that? All right. I'm moving the microphone. Here we go. Sarah, what have you been up to the last couple weeks?
Hold on, I gotta plug in my
Masterfully done, Race. Seamless, like the absolute professionals we are.
What are you looking at, Sarah?
Which one are you wearing?
These are yours. These ones cut in and out. Are they broken?
one?
Yeah.
Oh.
They broken?
Well, I don't hear anything. So.
Well, that's because no one's saying anything.
Oh. Can someone talk for me?
Why?
Okay, thank you.
That plea. Am I alone with my husband? Save me. So, Sarah, you missed some great food posts, including clam chowder on a stick.
Clam pop.
A clam pop. It was frozen.
Interesting.
Yeah, you know those do-it-yourself ice cream or like popsicle things.
Yeah.
Just fill one of those with like a can of clam chowder.
Yeah.
And freeze it, and clam pop.
Interesting.
So yeah, that's what's going on.
It's only going through one ear.
Yeah, I've noticed.
All right, I'll put on my ear.
Semi-perfect podcast now in glorious mono.
Mono Day Depot. Has anyone here ever had mono?
Oh yes, and also Ambazar had a deconstructed chicken burrito.
Matt was just saying that.
Tortilla. And just
Oh yeah, it would probably help if
chicken
Sarah
breast.
could hear me right now.
She can hear you.
I can hear you now.
But yes,
It was
tortilla on top of a pack of uncooked chicken.
Oh yeah.
You want some?
No.
Okay. Did you give me a snack?
No, I got me a snack.
Oh. So Sarah, what have you been up to?
Yeah, I got my hair cut. Been playing video games. I feel like this is like the 50th time we've said it. We're getting ready for spooky season on Ready Player Dumb.
Yep. People are excited.
Yeah, it's.
Paleo was just saying that there's a game we should look into.
What is it?
The mortuary's assistant.
Oh, okay.
Or is it the mortician's assistant? It's either one of those. Like,
Yeah.
mortuary or mortician.
Okay. We'll look into it.
And then I guess Sarah, I know that. Well, I don't think we have an itinerary for today, right?
Yes, you do.
What?
Wait, what? Where'd it go?
It's there.
Under cast only, my boy.
And while he's pulling it up, Sarah, what snack do you have?
I've got a Kind bar. It's a chocolate.
Yeah, she's eating that. That's her food post. By the way, Sarah, I have bad news.
Yeah.
Gabe and Nate were not wild cards.
Ugh.
That's what I said.
Stupid.
Stupid. I was.
Who was?
So I don't actually know who won it. I basically deleted the app as soon as they weren't the.
Who are the nominees?
The Dawn comedian guy. The ventriloquist Celia lady. One of the Golden Buzzer girls, her name was Lily. Not the one we saw, not Maddie.
Okay.
Lily, who was terrible.
From Golden Buzzer to Wild Card.
By the way, I say this judgingly, But I'm more going off of what other people were saying.
Yeah.
Let me just... And then there was the Players Choir, which I don't even remember. They must have been from the first week, because I don't even think I've seen their thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... And there were only 4. 2 of those were ones that I saw people, like, that regularly watch the show saying, oh, yeah, we think that they're going to... They should be at least selected for wild card attempt.
Yeah.
The other 2 I never saw being mentioned. What are you looking for?
My water bottle that I brought in. It might be downstairs.
I didn't see you bring it up. But yeah, Sarah,
Yeah.
have you and I even talked about our experience going to America's Got Talent? I don't think we did.
I don't think on the podcast yet.
I don't think we talked about it.
I don't think so, because we canceled a few, like, because they're just, the timing was, yeah.
Yeah.
I think have not talked about it. But shall we talk about Everfree first, or are we waiting for Saber to come in?
No, I only just now saw Saber saying, hey, we're going to be about 30 minutes late.
Yeah.
Which
I think that ship sailed.
it's adorable. I only just now saw that because I've been in the wrong chat.
I'm a little concerned that it's been 50 minutes of the podcast and you have not gotten past weekly catch-up.
Well, let's just say there were some very good food posts.
Yeah. There was a recent comment on our YouTube uploads where someone was like, this podcast isn't very newbie friendly because they talk about food for the first, like, 30 minutes of the podcast.
Wait, how is that not newbie friendly? Who doesn't like food? That is like the most universal fucking thing you could talk about.
They said it was bullshit.
They're bullshit. You're bullshit! Fuck you, person!
I mean, they ain't totally wrong. I was like, yeah, you gotta kind of know everybody in the podcast to really understand anything
Food
that's going on.
posts. Oh my god. How dare they? Okay, so, anyways, no, we did the AG... I ranted about AGT for probably the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Admittedly, I started this probably 5 minutes late because the voting and everything was happening right when I got home. So I was trying to deal with all that too. And then it didn't end up mattering. But, you've actually already wrote it down here, and I've already mentioned it, that there is a Bronies React that's in the works.
Oh, okay.
And I mentioned that because, like I said, there's going to be a slower rollout for the Everfree Northwest vlogs this time around because that's in the works as well. We have a super chat from Anime Guy. Says, hey Race, how are you enjoying your first Pokemon game? Oh.
How are you enjoying it?
So right now airing on Ready Player Dumb is Sarah and I playing the Nintendo 64 Pokemon Snap.
AKA the best video game ever made.
It's really like the only thing I've ever played Pokemon-wise that I can think of. And if I'm being totally honest, when Sarah described this game to me as she was firing it up, she's like, yeah, you take pictures of Pokemon. I'm like, what? Like, what does that even mean? Like, how is this...
Capture Pokemon on film!
How is this? I'm like, how is this a video game? And then I started playing it, and I'm like, oh shit, I got this shit. Yeah, I totally got into it. So I'm enjoying Pokemon Snap. Sarah likes to show me her pro skills after I go, but yeah. No, it's that's been a fun experience so far.
Yeah. And then at some point we'll play the new one that came out recently because I have not touched it because I've been waiting for Jeffrey to play it with me.
I am amazed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you get all the updates and stuff too because they added more stuff to it. With, more Pokemon and more locations, which I haven't gone back to it yet, so I need to do that.
I'm amazed that you've waited for me.
Uh-huh.
Knowing how much you love Pokemon Snap.
I know.
You know.
It's a crime you've made me wait this long.
Sorry. I'm just going to make sure. I'm seeing Celia was the person who... the ventriloquist was the person who...
I'm going to go run and get my water downstairs. I'll be right back.
Alright, she'll be back. Let's see, I'm just double checking. Talk about Everfree. Well, PanamaMatt said he was going to be right back, which means we're gonna talk about Everfree right now. So Everfree Northwest took place a couple weeks ago. We were going to have a podcast the week of, but because of travel and a couple things that Sarah and I were dealing with, we decided that it would just be easier if we held off on the podcast, so we did. Everfree Northwest. Well, it was another great experience up in Seattle. I have not been to an Everfree Northwest that I did not enjoy myself thoroughly. Yeah. And the staff always does a fantastic job. They did so again here. Right now I have the first 2 vlogs uploaded, so that would be Thursday, basically our arrival, and Friday morning, which includes opening ceremonies. And during opening ceremonies, there was a bit that Scott, who is he's not a chair of Everfree Northwest. I think he's technically listed as the treasurer of Everfree Northwest. But anyways, he has a big part. He's always had a big part in these conventions, whether he's been helping out a convention or helping run it. Yeah. And we've known Scott for years. And there was this Pillars of the Community celebration or ceremony. Mm-hmm. And I it's funny because I keep telling people I set up all my cameras. Well, I set up one camera on a tripod and you could see it in the vlog, because I thought, oh, maybe this is where they're just going to be like, all the community guests come up. Yeah. And I had handed Sarah the camera because I was setting up the one on the tripod. Yeah. Assuming again you were a community guest, Sarah. So I was like, oh yeah, you'll be coming up, and Paleo will be coming up, and other people from our group would be coming up. Yeah. And then I got called up as the pillar of laughter. Yeah. And as I start like standing, I'm like, wait, oh, is this just me? and then Scott had some nice things to say about me. It was an honor. It really is. Like it's so wild to look back at Everfree Northwest and realize that 10 years ago we went to this convention. I walked through the doors. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. Yeah. Neither of us did. And you and I were walking around the halls, Sarah, just kind of experiencing it, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to go here. I don't know if I'm allowed to go there. I don't know what I'm doing. Here's a line I'll stand in. Yeah. And to see where things have been able to come on a personal level. Nora says you still don't, and it's true. But yeah, no, I was really kind of blown away by that. It's a really cool honor. Yeah. A very nice gesture. Again, just to kind of be recognized in any way is always flattering. And in this, it was like, wow, because I thought I was in trouble at first because Scott, everyone was telling me make sure you're at opening ceremonies, and I'm like, well, yeah,
of course I am.
because like I know sometimes for some of the like Midwest conventions, for example, I'll get to that in a second here, but like Cider Fest and Winnie City, because of the flight schedules I usually end up with, I oftentimes end up landing at like really stupid times, like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. And sometimes that's getting very little sleep. So I'm catching up on sleep to prepare for all the panels on Friday. And Charlie, who runs those conventions, at times has been very gracious and allowed me to sleep through opening ceremonies. So that was the only thing I could think of is
why people were being like, you need to be there.
Yeah, I was like, oh, maybe that's it. So it never actually crossed my mind as like, oh, they're going to do something with me. I thought people were just like, you got to be there. We're doing stuff.
Stop being a lazy ass, no.
Or just in general, like, hey, community guests need to be there. I didn't know what was going on. So that was a surprise, a legit surprise. I was aware that the vlogs were being used for the video. I didn't know in what capacity, but I was contacted beforehand. I know I joke about copyright. But they Everfree did hit me up in advance about utilizing some of the vlogs. So that was again really cool to see that. And again, another thumbs up to Morgan. I know that I've seen her in the chat. Good job on that video.
Yeah.
I always enjoy kind of look backs like
it was
that.
well done.
Yeah, nice music. So yeah,
Coming from one who knows.
now we got a super chat here, and this is from Christian, saying, "Woo! Everfree! Had a blast with all you guys. It was something I severely needed. Thank you guys again for making my Everfree so much fun and for being the light I needed these past few months. Hope to catch you all in the next one. Love you all."
Well, we love you, Christian.
We love you, Christian.
Yeah, thanks for being there and making it fun for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I Christian's one of those individuals, and I told him this. I'm like, you help make these conventions so enjoyable.
Yeah.
Like there are a lot of people that we get to interact with at these conventions, and when you have someone like Christian there who's just ready to chant anyone's name or get everyone fired up, he's the hype guy.
Yeah.
Christian is like the hype guy at these cons, and I love it. So thank you.
It's natural too. It's not forced.
Yeah, oh yeah, of course,
It just comes out.
And again, like I can't stress enough how cool it is to see someone like Christian who approaches things this way. But there's never what do I get out of it type of thing.
No.
From like he's just having a good time,
Yep.
and I love it. So
He's
Christian,
there to bring the joy to others.
yeah, you do, Christian. So thank you again, and thank you for your generosity with that super chat. It's incredibly appreciated, and again, just you keep being you. So,
Yes.
Sarah, I've done a lot of talking.
Okay.
How was Everfree Northwest for you?
It was good. Whose Line came together pretty well. We got a lot of great submissions from everyone online. Thank you if you submitted. And I put together Whose Line. It came together pretty good. I was working on it the first day of the con, still wrapping up the last couple of games, being like, what should I do? After a while, you're just kind of like, God, I hope there's new content soon because I need new ideas. But that kind of leads into another, I'll just say it now, this is the month that Make Your Mark is going to start and have a new episode.
Yeah.
So excited for that on the 26th.
Ferb Guy says, Spaceman is best musician.
Yes.
And how?
Yeah, so Whose Line went very well. So I'm happy about that, and it was just fun to see everybody. Yeah.
You were
It was a good time.
involved in a number of panels yourself.
Yes, I was in the Semi-Perfect Pod panel.
Yeah.
I was on the Cartoon Court.
Yep.
I stood there on stage for
And no
An
one's
hour
cell
and a
phone
half.
went off.
Yeah,
No one's
Yeah, I know.
I was just
You were
waiting
affected.
for somebody to do something.
I almost confiscated Saber's laptop because it started playing a video when he first turned it on. I was like, do I need to take that away, sir? But yeah, no, that was a lot of fun being part of those panels.
Yeah. What about? So I know there was kind of a lead into this, but PanamaMatt, you
Yes.
were at Everfree. You got to travel up via train.
And how?
How was Everfree Northwest weekend for you?
Well, the weekend started on Wednesday. For those of you that have never taken a long-distance train, unlike a plane, which will get you there in about 3 hours, Amtrak was about a 35-hour itinerary.
Whew.
That being said, California is a very large state. Went to bed just south of Sacramento and woke up still in California. Got to see Mount Shasta over breakfast, though, which was beautiful. So I decided to take the train up, in part because it's a trip I'd been meaning to make, and in part because I figured, what better reason? I can get some work done on the train, watch nature go by, and, kind of, I don't want to say arrive in style, but believe it or not, despite the bad rap that Amtrak gets, and despite this train leaving LA at 10 in the morning and scheduled to arrive 7:51 p.m. the following day, we were only 9 minutes late. We got in at 8 p.m.
Ridiculous.
Shocking. Any of you that know Amtrak, that is stunning. The people on board were great. The car assistant we had, because I had a sleeper car.
Like Harry Potter?
Actually, not far off, yes. With a sliding door and everything. No one came by on the trolley, but if you wanted to, instead of going to the dining car for your full meal, they would bring it to you and you could eat in your car and they could come pick it up when you're done. And then when you're ready, you pull the call button and they will come and make your bed for you. Yeah, and then when you're done, you pull the call button and put it away, please. I'm going to have breakfast now. Each of the cars has multiple rooms, so the fact that our attendant was able to handle all of them and just get everyone taken care of was an absolute amazing thing. Get to meet some interesting people. The food is surprisingly good. And those of you that have met me in person, I think most of you by this point, I am a tall gentleman and a little bit large. The shower on board fit me just fine. The bed, when it was made up, I could stretch out fully. Bathroom's decent enough, like TMI time. The only difficulty was the toilet. Like, it's a bit narrow. Aside from that, though, highly recommend it. Would do it again. Gorgeous thing. It took some video. I'm going to try my hand at editing. Probably won't be to Megan's standard or even yours, Race, but we'll see what I come up with. Getting to the convention, that was great. Took the express bus, and I must have been that must have been the driver's last run of the night because he was not stopping for nothing. But the convention itself, very honored to be recognized by the convention as horse famous. And, we don't need no stinking badges. Scott, thank you very much if you listen to this or if
I
you hear
know
from
a guy.
Yeah. I am part of the Saber Fart fan club, and I am not ashamed to admit it. For those of you that don't know, certain of us got special badges if you didn't see them hanging around. And props to the convention for going that extra mile to have a little fun with it all. I missed out on opening ceremonies, unfortunately, because I chose to take the train. Had to do a couple extra things as far as registration goes, but once I got there, convention was as great as it always was, as it ever was. Felt honored to be invited onto 3 panels, the podcast doing sound effects for Who's Line and Cartoon Court. And I had the intention of getting over to Seattle, maybe doing the underground tour, getting to see the old historical city that's buried beneath current modern-day Seattle. But there was just so much going on, hanging out with good people that never got over there, and I don't regret a minute of that.
Well, very nice. You had a full. No, I was. It's more of a. I didn't realize that you never went off to do that.
You know what? I have no regrets of it. And honestly, sitting in the writers' room, that big auditorium, was that Saturday night? The days all blended together.
Yeah.
With Professor Pony's dissertation being presented.
Whatever the hell that was.
Well, I'm assuming some of that's going to make the vlogs.
I would imagine.
Yeah, so those of you that have no idea what we're talking about, just watch the vlogs. It defies description. I think waiting for Godot and Draft's explanation of what that is, it's apt. But hanging out, chatting with people at weird hours of the night, that is what a convention is for.
Yeah.
So I had a wonderful time. If they never do another one, that was a good one to end on, but I really hope they do another one because it's really fun to go.
They may announce it next year. So.
Oh, well, in that case, I'll see you then.
Yes.
See you then. It'll be a little earlier in August.
Yes, yeah, they were the final draft badges.
Paleo, how was your weekend?
What, the weekend we just had, or the...
Everfree Northwest,
no,
Paleo.
Everfree Northwest, yeah. So yeah, it was my first time being back to Everfree since the very first one. because I had never gone back before, because I guess I just never applied to be a guest. But I think it was like with the Equestria Daily people, they asked when I did one of the interviews, they asked like, oh, you should apply for Everfree. I was like, oh, and that they would like comp my flight and everything, because like that was like the main reason that I wouldn't like go to Everfree, because like it's a Seattle flight. It's like very expensive.
Oh yeah, that's expensive.
So yeah, so I applied, and they said that they were incompetent and have a shared room. So I went there, and I arrived pretty much out of our group, the first one, because I arrived at like 8 a.m. Because I got up around like 2 a.m. Eastern time. I was going to try to get up at like 4 a.m., but then like my body just woke up at 2 a.m. I was like, oh, I guess I'm up now for like the rest of the day. So yeah, and I got to the airport, and it was like a 5.5 hour flight or something like that. It went by fast though, because my flight left at like 6 a.m. Here. It went by fast because I was like just watching The Simpsons, because I just downloaded a bunch of episodes.
Nice.
And then I got there. I met up with a Silver Quill, and hung out with him for a bit. Went for this breakfast place that was around, and we actually found like a record store that sold like a bunch of CDs and records and a bunch of movie stuff. And
nice.
We had just been talking at breakfast about the Tom Moore movies from like Cartoon Saloon, like Secret of Kells and Song of the Sea and Wolfwalkers. And when we entered that store, they had the Irish Folklore Collection Blu-ray set, and me and I think it was like Sweetie Bloom, that was the other person that was with us, because we were all talking about it, and we were like, oh, it's like fate, you got to get this now. So Silver Quill got that. But yeah, and then I was just waiting the whole time. I think Hero was the first one. No, was it Hero? It might have been Saber, Laura, and Rishi that arrived first, and then Hero, and then Race, you and yeah, Matt, you were there with Hero, I think, because you were waiting for him.
I got in not long after he did, and we stayed at a different hotel from the convention space.
Yeah. Then Race, you and Sarah arrived, and we hung out that night. But I enjoyed the convention. I saw a lot of people I hadn't like seen in a long time, because like I just hadn't been to Everfree. Met some new friends there and everything. But it was very fun. I liked the and one thing I don't know if you said it, but the panels were like very spread out this time, so everyone had like, oh yeah, 2 this day, 2 that day, and 2 on Sunday. So
Yeah.
it was much easier to like schedule like when to eat.
Yeah, it was. We had a very well structured schedule. So shout out to the people that put the schedule together, because we had 6 panels, and each day we had 2 panels.
Yeah.
So and they were and then within that they were spaced out, so there was always time for us to grab lunch. And then our panels were typically at a time where it was like, all right, now let's go get dinner. So that was awesome. But yeah, no, Everfree Northwest was a really good experience. It's always been a great experience. I mentioned the pillar thing. One thing that you won't catch in the vlog, because I didn't even know who it was, but B, I wasn't there because we had to head to the airport during closing ceremonies. But we were Simmel, or Cole. He was the one who was nominated as for the leadership pillar.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because Cole and we caught up a little bit on, I think it might have been Friday night, and we were catching up because and kind of just laughing and reminiscing how, so many years ago, there we were at this convention, and you could see Cole. I know in the Everfree Northwest 2013 vlog, when Matt and I finally get through that god awful long registration line.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then we were like, okay, I don't know what to do or where to go. And Cole was the one who offered to give us like a tour.
Oh my gosh, was that him?
Yes, of the con space. Same Cole that was the con chair of of Everfree Northwest 2022.
Yep.
Cole also announced, I believe it was at closing ceremonies, did announce that he would be stepping down as the chair, and kind of passing that along to the next chairs, if you will. So, but I've had a lot of experience with Simmel in regards to we've done multiple Zootopia panels together, just seeing him around the cons, and of course the work together with Everfree Northwest. Yeah. So I wanted to give a shout out to Cole for all of his hard work over these years. I need to send him a message just congratulating him for that, because I had to really look it up to figure out who actually won the leadership pillar. And yeah, just kind of seeing that, I was like, oh, very good, very deserving.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Absolutely.
And yeah, Matt, that
brings the energy.
He was dressed up as Dr. Hooves way back in Everfree Northwest 2013. So
I gotta go back and watch those vlogs.
Yeah, that's what I did, prepping myself for this weekend. So it was great. I'm excited to put the rest of the vlogs together. And one more time, I am waiting for some audio stuff from the convention, and then we'll be putting together those panels as well as the rest of the vlogs. So I got a lot of work still to do with that stuff, as I also work on Bronies React, which I want to, and again, I never like announcing release dates, but I do want to get that out before the 26th is when we start getting episodes from Netflix.
So let me see if I got this straight. You got con vlogs, you got a Bronies React, you have Ready Player Dumb.
Yeah.
Yes.
Somehow you managed to keep, you have the low budget TV thing. Somehow you managed to keep a day job.
Yes.
Yeah. He's a busy boy,
What do you
but I take care of most of Ready Player Dumb.
Sarah's aging before us.
And then I think Jeffrey gets some help from Tommy for low budget.
Yeah, low budget TV. We have a hired editor, and then Sarah, like she said, she fronts a lot of the work for Ready Player Dumb. But I will take credit for all of it.
But he does a lot of editing for the Bros React and then the vlogs. Those are a lot of hours that he puts into those.
Yeah.
Both of you just seem to have limitless energy.
I have.
Can
I don't have limitless energy. I have my limits.
Sarah, I'm like a dog. Where like when it's like time to go to bed, Sarah will climb in and she's tired, she's yawning, and she's like, all right, and then I'm like, oh, it's like a sleepover.
And you want to go for a walk.
I don't know how she does it.
Yeah.
That's love right there.
But yeah, just a fantastic weekend. Shout out to all the staff, everybody. Everything really just ran without a hitch.
Oh yeah.
We did 6 panels. Not one did I have any issues on. So yeah, just love it.
The best thing you can say for a staff at a convention is that you never notice them. Like, either they've gone out of their way to do something really good for you, which you remember, otherwise, like, it just happens. And they had that nailed down.
Yep, they do a great job at Everfree. It's never a surprise to me.
The emerald standard of conventions.
Yeah. So, great job, Everfree Northwest 2022. Thanks for having us. We certainly hope to be back next year, for sure. I saw Sarah pointed this out. Christian was saying, so do you think they'll have Cartoon Court for 2 hours next year?
Maybe it can switch with Who's Line, because I don't want a 2-hour Who's Line. There's so many games in a 2-hour Who's Line. I'm like, God.
We'll do a 3-hour Who's Line.
Yes, a 2-hour Cartoon Court, 3-hour Who's Line.
No.
Sarah.
Dear Lord.
Okay, maybe I'll knock it down to an hour and a half for you. Maybe.
How
But
long
the
was
2-hour ones, the only reason that this one felt harder was because we didn't have some of our longer games that usually land in a 2-hour Who's Line.
Yeah.
We usually have greatest hits, but Gabe wasn't at Everfree.
Yeah.
And that game alone is like a 10 to 15 minute game.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we did get a super chat from Anime Guy saying, "Hey Race, think you might have the next Bronies Rec ready for Ciderfest in just under 2 months." To be honest with you, Anime Guy, I am trying to get this Bronies Rec out before the Netflix show starts to air. So before the 26th.
Unless Anime Guy means the next Bronies React.
Then no. Of course not.
That would rely on Saber getting you his footage in less than 2 months.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thankfully, the next special is like after Ciderfest.
Well, it's in November, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the weekend before Thanksgiving, I think.
Weekend before Thanksgiving. Weekend before Thanksgiving. Why does that
Middle of
stick out to me?
November.
Yeah, like the 21st, I think, is when it comes out.
Okay. I don't know why I thought that stuck out to me. I don't think I got anything going on. I got other things going on in November.
Yeah.
Well, I should say I know of one thing that's going on in November, and then I know of one thing I hope will be going on in November.
Uh-huh.
One involves...
Well, I know the thing that you know, but I'm wondering about the thing that you hope.
the
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I got it.
the other thing that hasn't been confirmed. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but I have high hopes. Let's see here.
Just how does that little old ant think it can move a rubber tree plant?
I don't know.
Because everyone knows an ant can't move a rubber tree plant.
Of course, if anyone has any questions regarding Everfree Northwest or anything else, A, there will be the vlogs, but B, we'll have Q&A a little bit later on. So we'd be happy to kind of talk about all that stuff.
Yeah.
Now, Sarah, we kind of knocked out some of these other things.
Yes.
I'll be honest with you, I forgot to watch
okay.
Pinocchio,
Well, then we
but
don't-
I would be fine watching it here live
Uh-huh.
and just describing my feelings as I watch it.
Well, I mean, you could
Yeah.
pull up the Twitter screen and show it on
Yeah,
YouTube
yeah.
for everybody.
Yeah, you can just show it there.
For the
Yeah,
audience.
that way
It-
everyone
the,
can
Will that
Yeah, the
not
Disney
copyright
trailers
this
usually
entire video?
I have no fucking idea.
Well, Paleo, what were you about to say?
Yeah, I said the Disney trailers usually don't like do anything, as far as like copyright goes, because like Disney's usually pretty chill.
They
Compared
want
to
people
other,
to see their things.
yeah, compared to like other, like companies on
Should we?
YouTube.
Sure.
Should we do it? Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
open
do
it.
this then. We're gonna do a live
What's happening?
viewing.
Open
If you
tab.
really
Open a new tab.
if you really do not want spoilers of Pinocchio, I don't even know if this has.
Have you seen Pinocchio?
Have you?
Pinocchio, you know what happens.
Yeah. It's,
Yeah, but the Lion King movie changed vastly from the
Vastly.
Okay.
The art, I guess.
It added an entire
Here.
new dimension.
What am I searching?
Pinocchio. Live action trailer.
Pinocchio trailer.
You spelled it wrong.
Did I? Oh, too many N's.
Yeah, and
Is
two
it this
little
one?
C's. Yeah, it's that one.
Okay, so am I gonna turn this to the Twitter thing now?
Yes.
Okay. See, Sarah's still having me run this. It's like training. It's like when you walk up to the cashier and you're like, "Why are there two of you?" And they're like, "Okay, press the button." You're like, "Oh God, no." All right. Woo! Do you love it when that happens?
Sure.
Okay. Here we go. Click this.
Yep.
All right, here we go, guys. I'm watching this live.
Yep.
I can't promise you that the
The audio is gonna be great.
audio's
I don't
gonna
know.
be great.
It'll probably be fine.
I don't know. Maybe I should.
This is a learning
Whoa!
experience.
Here we
for
go.
us all.
Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Ladies and gentlemen,
the eighth wonder of the world.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks is GPT.
I'm so happy.
He's so happy. Oh,
Yeah, I know. Jiminy looks rough.
ew. Who's that?
The blue fairy.
I'm getting like James and the Giant Peach vibes off Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah.
Jumping jeepers!
Which is not a bad thing, it's just a choice.
Why is...
Turn around, let me get a look at you.
The fish had bedroom eyes in the first one, so they had to carry it over.
He's running around loose without a conscience.
Oh.
Can you imagine the trouble he's gonna get into?
Wouldn't want that on my conscience.
Everybody who's anybody wants to be a somebody.
But I want to be real.
Why on earth would you want to be real when you can be?
Nick Wilde.
Yes.
Do you think this is gonna be dark?
Home by now.
They're gonna try to make it dark, I think.
Edgy?
Yeah.
I mean, there's an entire scene about, you know, the corrupt little boys turning into donkeys and being sold off to the salt mines. It's not dark at all.
That's for
Getting eaten by a whale. Visuals are not bad so far.
Pinocchio.
I see they got Small World in here.
Truthful.
Truthful.
Non-selfish.
Ah!
Will always be my real boy.
Pinocchio!
A lie
Oh.
can really change a person.
That comes out tomorrow?
What's happening,
tomorrow.
Jiminy?
Looks like some sort of fairy
Same with
magic.
the Cars series.
Kinda on the
that I
nose,
told
if
you
you
about
ask
earlier.
Want to go see it?
Okay.
Disney Plus.
Does
It's
anybody
not
know off the
theatrical.
top of their head who is voicing Jiminy in this movie?
I don't know who's voicing Jiminy.
Wow.
Because I don't like it.
You don't like Jiminy?
No, I don't like his voice. It's like
It would
they
be,
got someone
George
who was sort of similar, but just I don't know. Like
Yeah.
they Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yep.
Is it?
Okay.
What?
Angels in the outfield?
I don't know. I'm not driving with Jiminy's new voice. Like
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah,
it's
Joseph
close enough to where
why,
I'm like, why didn't
Joseph
you just?
Gordon-Levitt? Like,
I don't know. Why didn't you just get the guy who voices him in the
Kingdom
parks? Yeah. in Kingdom
Yeah.
Hearts and all that stuff.
because like he sounds like Jiminy in Kingdom
Yeah.
Hearts.
I mean, hey now, he did play Jim
Where
Hawkins
you
in
gotta get
Treasure
the
Planet.
big name actors to do it.
Well, I don't think you all understand. Nobody would see it if Jiminy just sounded like Jiminy. Because then it would be too close to the original. They have to change it a little bit.
Yeah, I'm surprised this isn't theatrical.
I
Yeah.
am too. Like, especially with
Yeah,
like Tom
'cause, like,
Hanks.
and it's a Robert Zemeckis movie. It's
Yeah.
not theatrical.
Disney's being fucking weird with their movies that they want to release. Like,
Yeah, because like I can understand it with because back in 2019 when Disney Plus first launched, one of the first like big releases was Lady and the Tramp, which was like their live action remake for that. Which I kind of understand with Lady and the Tramp because it doesn't really have that big of a fan base compared to like their other movies. But Pinocchio has like a pretty big fan base.
Mm-hmm.
well,
I don't know. All I know is the Chip and Dale movie got an Emmy.
the
Yeah.
Chip and Dale movie got an Emmy.
Yeah. I forgot to write that down.
Thanks for everyone that pointed that out to us.
Yes.
We got hit up
We
by a lot.
appreciate it.
It's so weird to think that like the movie got an Emmy. Great. What about an Oscar?
Mm-hmm.
But glad it got recognized.
Yep.
I mean, Zootopia got an Oscar.
Yeah.
Zootopia was also theatrical though. Like there's some weird rules for the Oscars and like how many theaters like a movie has to be like seen in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was interesting. Pinocchio's very cartoony.
Yeah, he's like
Yeah.
literally the only thing that looks out of place, and I'm just like, I guess
Kind of
it
stands to reason though, doesn't it?
it does, but at the same time, I'm like, he almost is a little too cartoony. Like I don't know how
he
to
looks
say
too
it.
much like the cartoon.
I mean, he
Yeah.
looks
He
like
was the most normal thing.
And then like Honest John is a real ass fox with like uncanny sort of animations going on, and I was like, what's happening?
I think Tom Hanks is a good Geppetto
Yeah.
choice.
he looks
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
I'm just surprised at like how many Pinocchio projects are coming out within the span of a
Yeah.
year. Because we had that like Pauly Shore one that Saber reviewed earlier in
Yeah.
the year.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very bad.
Yeah.
And then we have the Guillermo del Toro one coming out in December.
That one's I'm excited
which
for
looks
that
really
one.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's a video game coming out called Lies of P, where we have Pinocchio as like a little twink boy. Who's
Lies of
who's
P.
like- yeah, Lies of P, and he's like in a like a Dark Souls like game. It was like it actually looks good. I was like, why is this based on Pinocchio? That's so weird.
I have to say that Lies of P is just not a catchy.
It is not a
It
catchy
is
name.
not a catchy title. Lies of P. PP.
The game looks good though.
Yeah.
All right. Well, interesting. I didn't realize it's coming out like tomorrow. So the question I have is, are you... What? Pinocchio comes out tomorrow.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just found out too.
Yeah, we'll have a movie night.
Well, I don't have popcorn.
Well, then you buy some at the
Get some.
grocery store.
Why don't I buy some at the theater?
And then
Thoughts?
bring it home.
Thoughts?
You
Because
could do that. Just
not
go
have
in and buy it, and then
Popcorn day at the theater.
Because by the time you got it
Yeah.
home, the butter that you apply would have soaked through the bucket
Well,
into your car seat.
Here, Sarah, here's the... Yeah.
bring a towel. Bring a towel.
Sarah, is there anything we're going to see next week? Maybe Tuesday could be. You're like, I'm not waiting.
I don't know. I could wait. I'm not particularly excited to see this new Pinocchio.
Why? Because you hate Jiminy Cricket's voice?
Sure.
Race. What about the Cars? The Cars series.
Oh, I'm going to see that as soon as it airs.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
didn't Disney 23?
I don't actually know when I'm going to see that, but
I wonder what the thing
Yeah.
that Thomas has been working on was.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
D23 like happens this weekend.
Yeah.
Shit, man. It better frickin' be Zootopia 2. If it's not, I'm going to smack him next time I see him.
We might get a trailer for Zootopia Plus.
Yeah, that's cool. And then announce Zootopia 2. That's all I'm asking for. But I am excited about Zootopia. Shut!
There's gonna be a Zootopia panel.
They're waiting. Honestly, I realize they're waiting to make Zootopia 2 until they know they're going to release movies in theaters again. That's what they're waiting for.
They want that second
Are you
Oscar.
concerned
Or that
that
next
Rich
Oscar.
Moore has moved on from the company? And
He'll come back
Oh,
for Zootopia.
I don't know. Disney kind of fucked up Rick Ralph for him. I think. I don't know if he was
Yeah, he
particularly
moved.
happy.
He moved to that Skydance Animation.
Yeah.
Oh.
Shortly after Ralph Breaks the
Sarah.
Internet came out.
Oh, I guess there is stuff that we could see next week.
Oh.
So, never mind.
We saw Idris Elba beat up a lion.
Yeah, we saw Beast.
You saw Beast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
The shortest movie that has come out in a very long time. And we're just like, it's an hour and a half?
Yeah.
Since when are
Okay.
movies an hour and a half?
Okay, I gotta share this. So we saw it.
Yeah.
It's an hour and a half movie.
Yeah.
But as we were like,
That's all it needed to be.
as we were about to leave to get dinner beforehand, I pointed out to Sarah, I'm like, oh, I just realized I have a free nachos
Yeah.
per the Regal app. And I'm like, wow, that's cool. So maybe I should eat lighter. And I was like, nah. It'll just, instead of popcorn, I'll just get nachos. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Until, as we were walking up to the theater, I went, wait a minute, Sarah, if I have free nachos, do you have something free? And she had free nachos and a free medium popcorn. And she goes, you do not need either of these. And I go, get me both. And
No one needs them.
and she got me both because she loves me.
Yeah.
And so so I was sitting there and again realized there's nowhere to put nachos. It's not like you could just put them on a tray.
Yeah.
So I'm balancing two things of nachos on my legs and the popcorn.
You
And
got your nacho too.
fuck yeah. I didn't mention all of this expired like 2 days from when we realized we had them. So I had to
Oh,
use
the
them all
reward.
right then.
Yeah.
I would not have. Yeah, I had to. And so but that's the other thing. Of all movies that I had to scarf all this down with, we saw an hour and a half movie. I had to finish 2 nachos. Well, I didn't have to finish them, but I finished 2 nachos, and I enjoyed some of the popcorn.
Yeah.
How much of it did you get through?
Well, I got through all the nachos, and what did you say? Like maybe a quarter, third maybe
Quarter
a third,
of the popcorn.
quarter of the medium popcorn.
That's pretty good.
I mean, the popcorn, again, it was going to expire anyways, so I'm like, I might as well just get it.
Yeah.
And then Sarah buttered it for me.
I had to like put the tiniest amount of butter on it because it's actually harder to butter when it's in the bag because they overfill it and it's tall.
Did you not put that much butter on it?
No.
That's why it tasted different. I wasn't going to say anything, but I sure noticed.
I like just went boop on the machine.
How dare you!
Just sprinkled it on top so it seemed like I did.
I thought maybe you had done it and then held the popcorn underneath an air conditioner, and then I was like, wow, it really like got cold.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But yeah, so that was an experience seeing Beast.
Yep.
Well, I should say eating nachos was the experience.
Yeah.
Beast, it was
fun.
Fine.
It was fine.
Yeah, it was fine. It was. It's one of those movies where it's like, I don't know, maybe I do this when I do see movies with trailers where I'm like, okay, so here's that scene.
Yeah.
Okay, here's that scene.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this happens early. Okay.
How were you feeling after the movie?
It was fine.
Yeah.
Your
tummy was full.
I was happy.
Yeah.
You know?
Good.
I was happy. Then I woke up in the middle of the night and was like, what have I done? We got Anime Guy sending in a super chat here saying, what do you think about theaters that you order proper meals and other stuff at your seat? Been enjoying that at a newly opened theater near me recently.
It's not
like
a thing
an
I
Alamo
get to do
Draft House?
often.
Probably.
Yeah, Alamo Draft House kind of thing. I love the
Yeah.
concept.
Yeah.
Never tried one.
Yeah, I've been to Alamo Draft House in Texas a
Yeah?
couple of times.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've never been.
I don't order anything because I can't eat stuff.
What do they bring? Like, is it like burgers?
It's a
and-
full menu,
yeah,
like a
burgers
full
and
restaurant.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Beers.
they're very strict about people not talking during
Yeah.
the movie.
Well,
like,
good.
very strict.
All places should be strict.
Mm-hmm. Eat your food, watch the movie.
Yeah. I've never been to one. I know there's one here in Raleigh, but I do want to try it. But I feel like if I'm going to be eating something like a proper meal, like with a knife and fork,
You're gonna look down.
Yeah, I gotta look down and then look at the movie. Like, so,
Yeah,
I
that's
feel like you
so
get
that's why
distracted a lot.
popcorn. That's why popcorn's like a good movie snack because you don't have to look down to eat popcorn.
it's true. It is a good movie snack.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Jeffrey would get too distracted at all the people coming to serve the food and also eating his food for the reason that we just stated.
I have had yeah, like I've had that issue when Sarah and I are just watching movies
Yeah.
at home where it's like, oh
He looks down at his plate and I'm like, you missed a thing, and he's like, shit.
yeah. But you know, food is hot to look at, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we open with food posts.
Yes. Sarah, unless there's anything additional, should we? Oh.
We can go into Q&A.
Let's open that up. I want let's get the questions flowing here. Super chats as well. We're gonna prioritize super chats.
Yeah.
Super chats. But you could submit your questions hashtag
Twitter.
SPP questions.
Yeah.
On Twitter. Quiet Storm has posted the hashtag a little bit further up.
Thank you.
So go ahead and get those in, but I wanted to talk a little bit about our experience when we went to America's Got Talent.
Oh, yeah.
So we were invited by Gabe and Nate to come on out, and it's kind of cool because they get like I guess like a couple of tickets, and so we were like, and all the tickets are together. So we were there with Gabe's family, a couple other folks that
Friends, yeah.
yeah, friends and folks that Gabe knows. There's one guy that was sitting in front of us that I was just like, man, that guy looks just like Steve Odekirk. And but yeah, no, it was cool. So it's over in Pasadena, which I'm familiar with enough because it's in the area of Irwindale Speedway that we have done a lot of the low budgets where I work on Saturdays a lot. So yeah, it was a really neat experience. We went out there. Sarah and I both basically worked half a day. Went out, grabbed some food, and then headed to the theater. And I knew before we got there that there was no food allowed, no drinks allowed. So we went in through the VIP, I guess, area, and got into our seats. And this is one of those places where nobody can figure out how the seating works. So people are telling Sarah and I that we're sitting in the wrong seats. And I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure we're in the right seats. Turns out those people are in the wrong seats. And what's funny is none of us were impeding upon each other's seats. But for some reason, this guy was so certain that Sarah was sitting in the wrong spot. So anyways, by the time the show actually got started, that all settled itself out. I'm glad I was able to experience this, because I think, as Sarah can also say, it's interesting seeing the, I guess, like the production side of a show like this, the turnaround during commercials, but also seeing like how the hype man works, the hired hype man, not the cool ones like Christian, but like the the guy who's there to be like, all right, is everyone who wants free stuff, woo, and okay, we're coming out of commercial, everyone clap,
stand up and clap.
So it's interesting though, because they don't hide it, and I know that like Gabe has posted some videos about the experience on America's Got Talent, and as he's pointed out, like the voting and all that seems legit, but the show itself, the producers of the show seem to have the ones they want to go on, and it's very evident when we get to, there were 11 acts that we watched perform, and when we get to the 9th act of the day, suddenly the hype guy's running through demanding, not saying, hey, everyone get up. He's like, get the fuck out of your seat, you fuck. Oh, no. He didn't. But that's what it felt like. Yeah. Like, he's like, stand up. And if you didn't stand, he would walk in front of you and point at you and say, stand up. Yeah. Stand up. Everyone, stand up. And it was because it was for that Maddie girl who was the golden buzzer during Gabe's show. Yeah. One of the two.
Gotta get a good showing. Yeah.
And, just like seeing kind of like the production comparisons. It's definitely, that show absolutely is made to sway you to vote for a certain person. Mm-hmm. It's up to the person to not fuck it up, basically. Yeah. And it's wild too, because like the golden buzzers, like everyone, I mean, you see this on TV anyways, but the judges treat the golden buzzers like it's them on stage, which I find strange. I'm like, well, I don't like that element. Like, basically, you've chosen this person as your favorite. And you're like, and knowing what we know about Gabe and Nate's golden buzzer situation, where they didn't have any left, basically, and they wanted to give them one, and then seeing how they treat the golden buzzers, I'm like, fuck, because Gabe and Nate got absolutely screwed because of that situation. Yeah. But so whatever. It's just the cards they were dealt. But
would anyone like absolutely biff it? I doubt that they would, but...
What do you mean biff it? Like on stage?
Yeah, like you're talking about the hype man builds you up, all they have to do is not screw up. Did anyone just screw up?
The hype man, again, he's more concerned about certain acts. Mm-hmm. They want it to look good for television.
The Maddie girl that he had us all stand up for, she didn't make it through the semifinals.
Yeah, like nobody during... To be honest with you, Gabe and Nate told us this in advance. They were like, because I saw them on Saturday. They came out to Irwindale Speedway and did a bit, which I'm going to put a little video together of the whole experience. But we had some fun with them, and they were already telling me, because they get to see all their other people kind of, doing their performances and whatnot. And one of the people that they were saying that, first off, and they've said this too, they're like, they saw week 1. Before they were week number 2. They saw week 1 and they were like, man, everyone like is just kind of like stone-faced backstage, and it's just kind of quiet, no one really interacting. Their week 2, they were like, dude, it was a party the entire time. Yeah. Like, everyone was just having such a blast with each other. And like, cheering each other on, and afterwards, like, they were like, yeah, we were all around, like, the snack table, being like, go Maddie, and she's like dancing, and then they're like, go drumline, go drum. So their whole week, like, they're like, as far as Gabe and Nate are concerned, they're like, anybody who moved on from our week, we'd love to see win, because they got to really meet, and Chapel Hart, I know that they got really along with Chapel Hart, like, they're like, hell yeah. And then, additionally, they were telling me how the magician, who also went on, basically they both were like, dude, his act is awesome. Yeah. So they were already kind of like, yeah, watch out for this act here. I kind of get the feeling, and no one's better to say this than, Gabe, who's typically on here. Yeah. But I really did get the feeling that they were kind of like, yeah, this might not work out for us as far as moving on, but we're just going to do our thing and have fun. Yeah. And they did. They said that they had such a good time. And they also have given a lot of props to, like, the personal assistants, the PAs, a lot of the staff that worked that show. They were like, it was a really good experience. Yeah. So despite my, like, rant as a viewer who was cheering on a very specific group earlier, it is great to hear that at least the contestants themselves feel like, like, hey, yeah, this is cool, this is fun. We ended up having dinner with them. We ended up meeting up with them like 3 hours after the show. Yeah. Had some dinner with them. Got to talk, and it's so weird, almost, like, being able to just have these conversations right after a show like this. Yeah. But it was, again, it was cool. Sarah and I were very happy to have been invited.
It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. Like I've said, unless I'm there for somebody who's on stage, I would not.
I don't plan on doing it.
It's not something to do again. It wasn't comfortable inside. Yeah. It's very warm.
It was very hot.
and additionally, they want you screaming the whole time. But
I don't have that kind of energy. I'm sorry.
And there's no drinks. Water. No water. Like, I was so fucking thirsty. Like, Sarah and I actually left the group after the show. Yeah. Which almost was detrimental because we almost
did not join them for dinner.
Everyone's phone had died. Except Gabe's. And I'm like, I'm sure Gabe will text us, and he did. Yeah. Gabe saved us. But yeah, we were like, we were thirsty. We were like, we gotta get a drink.
Let's get to some of our questions here. Some of them are MGT related.
Okay, yeah.
But let's hit up Elwin's first, saying, what are you most looking forward to from D23?
Zootopia has something happening here. It's probably Zootopia Plus related, but
it's also got a panel or whatever.
Well, yeah, to announce Zootopia 2, I am looking forward to that.
Yeah. I like the fact that they... Oh, go ahead, Sarah.
I'm just looking forward what Disney Animation's working on next as far as movies go.
Zootopia 2.
Yeah, same with Pixar, because, like, the only thing we know about Disney Animation is Strange World coming out in November. We don't know anything past that, and we don't know anything past Elemental. Mm-hmm.
Zootopia 2.
So I'm looking forward to seeing what both of them are doing. Yeah.
I like that they've taken the step to restore Walt's Gulfstream, and they're actually flying it out to be on display.
One of my coworkers is going out to D23 and said that she's going to do her best to get me some Zootopia pins that are coming out. So.
Awesome.
All right, Sarah.
Okay, Anime Guy sends a super chat asking, "What was your thoughts on Mr. Pants?"
Okay, I want to add also. We'll get to. Well, I'm going to group these two super chats together. Yeah. Because Nora also says, I had an AGT watch party and made everyone at the party vote for Gabe and Nate. Good job, Nora. And then said, we all hated Mr. Pants.
Poor man.
Okay, so Mr. Pants.
Yeah.
So, let me start with just his video reel.
Yeah.
I did not know who any of the acts were going to be that Gabe were against. Mm-hmm. I only watched Gabe's audition.
Yep.
And so I've only now been paying attention to the live show. In fact, I didn't even watch the first week. I did not know the format of the show or squat. I didn't know anything. So we got there. I didn't know who Gabe would be competing against. And this fucking pair of pants shows up
Yeah.
on the TV doing the pre-reel.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my god, what is this? And honestly, that's when I knew
Yeah.
Gabe was in trouble. I was like, shit, man, there's a pair of pants
Yeah,
that...
Mr. Pants.
I was like, there's no way Gabe can beat Mr. Pants. He did, but at the time, I was like, there's no way. No, Sarah, what did you think of Mr. Pants?
The poor man flopped so bad. He flopped so hard on that stage. But you gotta admire that he just went up there and just did it, and he tried his best, and he was just like, why? Because since we had talked with Gabe and Nate, they are actually pretty good friends with Mr. Pants, it seems.
Oh, again, he was part of their week.
Yeah.
Everyone got along.
They got along really well, and yeah, Mr. Pants apparently was just like, I do not know why I am here.
Yeah, Mr. Pants was backstage, and he's like, I think he just turned to everybody at one point, like they were probably all in like just a group, just like, all right, it's time. And he's looking around at everyone, and I guess he just feels like, I think I'm the fall guy.
Poor man.
But no, Mr. Pants, like, yeah, it by no means was it the best comedy act have I seen. But again, actually, his video reel was pretty funny though.
It was
like where everyone else is, and this is where I don't mind something like that showing up.
Yeah.
Is everyone else? Well, not everyone else, because like Gabe and his brother Nate, they didn't have this either. Where it's like, oh yes, a sob story. But you get these people who are like, and I'm not saying they're not like valid sob stories. Mm-hmm. But they're sob stories, and you get these people, you know, I know I think one of the singers had just lost his brother, you know, like something like that. And then you get this guy who shows up, and he's like, yeah, we're expecting twins, and a pair of socks with baby faces shows up, and you're just like, what the fuck is this? And so it was
funny.
It was a breath of fresh air, despite it not being that good, But again, I think Mr. Pants
he
just
had
went
accepted his fate.
Yeah, Mr. Pants went into it like when you go into like a boss round in a video game and you're like, I did not prepare for this properly at all. I'm going to die. Yeah. That was Mr. Pants. Yep. He's like, uh-oh. So we also there was also what was it? Freckled Fairy?
Freckled Zelda.
Freckled Zelda. We also saw her at dinner. Yeah. It's funny because like a lot of the people, I think next to us was the frickin' what was the dance group? Yeah. Fusion Japan? Fusion Tokyo?
Fusion Japan, I think.
Something like that. They were sitting behind us eating their food. And it's just funny because again, like people are at like, you know, are there in the audience going like, oh my god, yeah! And I'm just laughing like, do these people even realize that I just kicked the table.
Yeah, he's pedaling on his bike.
I'm biking, and I don't know how I messed that up so bad.
Exercise.
But yeah, no, this whole, it's just funny to me how a lot of the contestants are like, well, let's go get some food across the street from the area. Yeah. So, Sarah, what do we got for more questions?
Christian asks, hypothetically, if Gabe and Nate passed, do you think impressions would have kept them in, or do you think they might have had to tap into genre switching? Well, I don't know if they could have switched like what their act was. I feel like they still would have needed to do impressions.
I think it's up to them. I could be wrong. I think.
But that would be odd though, because you're putting someone forward because you're expecting a certain thing from them. And
well, you're putting them forward because you're saying you have talent.
I
don't know.
Doing the thing that you've done for like 2 acts. I feel like they probably. I feel like they would have had to keep doing impressions, just amping it up a little or doing it somewhat differently.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know the answer to that. Now, let's assume that they could change. What do you think they should have done? Stuck with impressions or gone more with genre switching? Or I think they were going to have to do something different. Because I feel like anyone that gets up there and almost rehashes what they did from auditions. I
More
feel
the
like
same,
I feel like you were gonna have to crank that to another level.
Yeah.
But
See, Nate was going to rappel in. Gabe was going to fly from the back of the room on a paramotor.
right, probably.
Seize Nate from the air, and together they would play instruments while he landed.
Yeah, the genre switching is an interesting concept that I think they could have done as well, but
Well, they posted a video talking about the experience and the setup, and one issue they had with a lot of the stuff they wanted to do with the act that they did was they were hitting copyright all over the place because with impressions, especially with singer likeness, you can't do that.
yeah.
And so, because like I think they mentioned like Michael Jackson was one that people were like, why didn't you do this? And they're like, because we can't.
Yeah.
So they had a very limited assortment of stuff. Yeah. I really do feel like both times it happened, both of their performances, a lot of the comments I've seen were people being like, I mean, the impressions are cool, but like, you know, when they're just like when Gabe's just singing, his voice is like his normal voice is what I want to listen to.
Yeah.
And you know, which is again kind of just funny in itself. Or, you know, I will say this, regardless of the results, and we knew this well before. You know, we were talking about this at that dinner. Regardless of the results, Gabe and Nate, they felt like they had already kind of won with what they wanted to do with this. They wanted to just find a platform to once again get their name out there, and they're like, if we're going to do a show, it might just be even more fun to just do something that we're in full control of, not under the banner of someone else. Yeah. But now they can always say, yeah, we were on America's Got Talent. Yeah. So that can never be taken away. They definitely proved. You know, for anyone that thinks they're a naysayer or thinks they're being smart for being one towards their talent, it's like, you're wrong.
Here's the idea for the genre switching. They do either Academy or Are We There Yet? Live on stage, and they're backed up by brony dancers.
Yes, us.
Yes,
us specifically. I'm a great background dancer. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they just turned it into. It's like the Parmesan cheese guy. Have you seen that one? That was from week 1. There was a guy who basically went on to start screaming about Big Pharma, but
Big
under the guise of it being Big Parma.
Parmesan.
Everyone's afraid to ask for more Parma. But yeah, let's see here. I'm just kind of scrolling through.
I think that's
it was
all
fun
the
though.
super chat so far.
It was fun.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
Wouldn't necessarily.
We just got a super chat from Nora.
Nora says, I'll still
keep cheering them on while screaming and being as loud as possible. Love the brown bread.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Very good. Nora, we'll be right there next to you, screaming too. All right, should I see if we have any questions on Twitter?
Type in SPP questions. Hashtag. There it is. Just click it.
Hashtag.
There you go.
SPP questions. All right, let's see here. I am scrolling up. Let's see. Do you see? Oziel is asking if any of us have seen the trailer for the new Winnie the Pooh movie.
Oh, Blood and Honey.
Oh.
I have not, and I don't care to.
Why?
Because fuck that movie.
We're going to see that movie in theaters.
No.
Yes.
I don't think it's theatrical.
Fine. All right.
Stupid question. What is the movie?
It's
the adult Winnie the Pooh like murder film that we were talking about.
It's because Winnie the Pooh went public domain, so people are like, make a horror movie immediately.
Yeah.
Oh bother.
Stupid.
Just wait until Mickey Mouse becomes public domain.
Disney is going to
Disney will never
keep changing the law to prevent that from happening.
They'll change the law.
that was a joke answer on a law school final I had for entertainment law
Yeah.
about the length of copyright.
Whatever Disney
She said it in
wants
class,
to
so I marked it, and then I was able to successfully argue partial points for it.
be. Oh.
Nice.
Let's see here. So this is kind of a big one. Waddles was asking, what are your thoughts on Warner Brothers Discovery removing many animated shows from HBO Max, and are you worried about the future of animation?
It's concerning. Yeah.
It is very concerning what the new CEO is doing over there. It's like all these projects are just like, oh yeah, some of these are finished, but we're just not going to put them out.
Yeah, it's dumb.
And also,
Frustrating.
a lot of these are like, oh, we're just going to remove them from the service. Also, take them down from iTunes, too. Like,
Yeah.
what?
It's like
Why?
completely
is the question I
disappeared.
have.
Yeah.
Like, why would you limit your marketability? What do
I
they
don't know.
stand to gain from doing it?
They don't have to pay residuals to the creators. That's one thing.
Well, that tells me that however they price themselves means that they are just bad business.
Ooh.
It's like because like after like all this controversy came out, like Warner Brothers stock like dropped,
Huh.
like very hard.
Anime guy.
I don't know. I'm not worried about the future of animation, though.
Yeah, I think like either something else will happen to where like things will maybe get better, or just people will just go somewhere else.
Mhm.
Or,
I know that
you know,
but
you'll see a lot more passion projects coming up and independent
Yeah.
funding.
because there were like 6 projects that were going to be going to HBO Max that were like Warner Brothers properties,
Yeah.
that people were working on, but now they're going to be going shopping to other streaming services to put them on there. So
Mhm.
it's like that's weird, because Warner Brothers owns those properties, so it's very strange.
Yeah.
Anime guy sends a super chat asking, "Did you see the Weird Al biopic trailer?" I feel like I have.
I have. I want to see this movie. I love that they have Daniel Radcliffe,
yeah.
Harry Potter
Yeah,
playing Weird Al.
It's so funny because like I just watched Elvis like last weekend.
Oh.
Yeah, and like seeing the Weird Al trailer, I'm like, this is just making fun of like every single musician biopic. I love it.
I don't know. I feel like if I've seen that trailer for the Weird Al, I just don't remember it. I'll have to look it up again.
We also might
You
have
would
seen it during
remember
Elvis.
it, I think. It just has this... It has a presence to it.
Yeah.
I just think we
Especially
saw
with
Elvis so
Daniel
long ago.
Radcliffe.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Christian is asking, any fun Everfree 2022 stories that weren't caught on camera?
That's a question for you, Riz. I always assume the camera's running.
I guess, or if there were any stories that you guys know I wasn't around for. Trying to think.
Like, at this point, that was just an invitation to make up, like, the most outlandish story possible involving as many popular people in the fandom. But I'm not that creative, so I'm going to say, like...
So 3 bronies walked into a bar.
Yeah.
Said
Three
ouch.
bronies rocked into a party room.
Oh, gosh, the party rooms. Never went to any of them, but saw them.
Oh, there was actually a funny moment, and at some point, if I see them again, I want to actually capture this in vlog mode. It was with the Flim Flam Brothers cosplay that
Did you
they've
finally
been
get the name?
they've been going to these conventions for a long time. Anyways, I only just recently I was watching a vlog and I realized, oh my god, they're brothers. And so I ran into one of them in the party room and I was like, I just realized you guys are brothers. And the guy just looks at me and he goes, AC. I was like, I know. I should have known. I don't know. There was a lot of stuff that I didn't vlog. Well, no, I shouldn't say there wasn't. Like, this vlog, I always get this feeling when I leave a vlog, right, or a convention where I'm like, did I vlog enough? I feel like I didn't. But like, I had a lot of like moments, not necessarily. Well, I guess this is just asking about stories in general, but had a real nice long chat with Dusty Cat on, I think it was
nice.
Friday. that went for what felt like a couple hours. Just kind of chilling and catching up. But yeah, no. I don't know if I can really think of anything necessary. The problem is I need to go back and edit the vlog and then go, oh, I didn't film this.
So there are two things that stand out to me.
Yeah.
One of which, just the general chaos in the writing room that night. I do enjoy a good bit of chaos. I have 2 statues of Discord on my desk here. And just watching everything happen as it developed. It was performance art in a way.
I did film a lot of that, though.
And the other thing that, like, I always hate bringing these types of things up because I don't want to encourage it. At the same time, it was neat. They had a piano from the 1800s on the second floor of the lobby. And I won't name names, and I don't know if it makes it into the vlog, so that's why I'll keep it anonymous and listen until it does. But there was at least one person, possibly more, that despite it being roped off, they never crossed the rope, but they were able to play it, and that piano sounded gorgeous.
Yeah.
And watching someone work out the logistics of, well, I'm technically not on the other side of the rope, and then just starts playing. Just little moments of magic like that. You know, for full public disclosure, they have a rope there for a reason. Don't mess around with it. Don't spill your drink on it. Don't sit your your frosty beverage on top of it. At the same time, a good piece of history like that deserves to be played, and it was, oddly enough, I think, in tune. So whoever cares for that piano cares for it well.
There's piano. I believe the musician said it's here to be played.
Exactly. Belongs in a museum.
Let's see here. I'm hitting the refresh here. See if we got.
Okay, Christian was there for the writing room panel.
Let's see. Deegan Den again is asking, what's your guys' favorite NC-17 movies? Just curious to ask.
I've never seen one that I can recall.
Is NC-17
no.
like
It's
is
a
that
very specific age group.
Yeah.
NC-17? Isn't that like the one that's like just barely fits between R-rated and like pornographic?
Yeah. There's some
It is.
I don't know if
there's some international movies that are NC-17.
I don't know if
there's like literal just like straight up sex scenes.
Yeah.
It's like you can just see everything.
Oh. I don't know if I've seen any
Like
NC-17
with
movies.
R-rated movies, they kind of hide it a little bit most of the time. But like with NC-17 movies, like no, you're just right in there.
Get in there! No, I don't know
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen an NC-17 movie to my knowledge. You're looking one up.
I'm looking up just a list of NC-7 rated.
See, I'm looking. Yeah, I've seen Blue is the Warmest Color.
Have you seen Casino?
I've seen that. That's a French movie. Have I seen
Was
what?
Howard the Duck rated?
Oh, that's weird. Clerks is an NC-17 movie.
What?
How?
Yeah,
What is?
I don't know.
Well, I've seen
I guess
Clerks.
it's because it's indie. Yeah, I've seen Clerks. Clerks is great.
Wait, now I'm looking this up.
South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. Was that rated NC-17? Wait, no, it's rated R here, but it says it's in the list of NC-17 movies. That's weird.
So doing some very quick, not citing my source internet research, originally Clerks was classified as NC-17 not for violence or sexually explicit material, but solely for language.
Huh.
I'm scrolling through.
I'm
NC-17
scrolling and I don't think I've seen anything.
NC-17 doesn't necessarily mean obscene or pornographic. It just simply signals that the content is appropriate only for an adult audience ages 18 and above.
Huh. Well, I've seen Clerks, so.
And
there you
that's
go.
kind of based on the MPAA. No one under 17 admitted.
Speaking of
Yeah,
Clerks,
it's-
I think there's a new one coming out, like next
Yeah,
week.
there's Clerks 3.
There
yeah,
is.
I was looking at South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. It says the film heavily satirizes the motion picture associated in America during production. Park and Stone disputed with the MPAA, which returned the film multiple times with an NC-17 rating due to its use of profanity.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can see that.
All right, I think we got one more question here. Well, let me see here.
Yeah, it looks like if you do it right, you can get it there just on language alone.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It probably had something to do with the Terrence and Phillips song.
Okay, I think we got.
that was the original South Park movie.
Do you want me to refresh?
Go ahead and refresh. I think we have. I think we got time for 2 more. Let's see here. From Kevin asking, what villains from other series do you guys feel have had very petty motivations for doing what they did that could be as bad as Starlight or Discord? What's Discord's motivation?
Wait,
He's just an agent of chaos. I
is
don't
it
think that's petty.
Is it any villain?
Yeah, from anything.
For any, the first one I have to have it come in mind is a Goob from Meet the Robinsons.
Okay.
It's like everyone hated me.
Like his is
Hey, Goob!
literally,
Like,
it's meant to be petty. Yeah, that's
Oh
a
my
good one.
god, that's probably one of the best answers.
Yeah, I know. Like he's walking through the hallway and everybody's like, "Hey, y'all want to hang out after school?"
Like,
Hey, Goop.
they all hated me.
They all hated me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, he had a very twisted perception of how
Jesus.
people, perceived him. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I mean, arguably, a lot of people call Discord a villain, but no, his motivations were kind of messing around with others. Never mind. I'll retract my previous thought. That was never fully voiced.
I would say Scar is kind of petty.
I mean, world domination. Is that too much to ask?
More like rock domination.
Well, everything the light touches is yours. That is a kingdom.
I want to make a bird sing coconut song.
I mean, when you got the power.
But like, as far as like MLP villains that have been petty, the girl that made all the main 6 forget being friends because she was too shy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I see we have a super chat from Elwin. I see the super chat.
But I don't see the text yet. Or we'll wait for it to come
Yeah,
in.
so
Any more petty villains that we can think of?
Well, I was gonna say there's one more question here that I was gonna head up to. If you could think of any more petty villains, do it. I was gonna ask, is Doofenshmirtz petty, or does he have actually like good?
He just wants the tri-state area.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of his things are based on a tragic backstory that in itself is disgustingly petty, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also because of a tragic childhood, and I'm not like that. That's legit.
You know what? Jeffrey and I watched Kung Fu Panda last night, the first one. Tai Lung. He's pretty petty. He's like, I didn't get the dragon scroll. No.
Oh yeah. Which, by the way, he could have just laddered up there.
Well, he did, but then Oogway was like, no, you're a shitty person. And then he was like,
Hey, just remember, you should always ask yourselves, noodles, don't noodles. It's the best question you
quit,
can ask.
don't quit.
Okay, so I'm going to get to the last question, and then I'm going to finish off with Elwin Super Chat.
Okay.
Nathaniel asking, what's a movie where you guys had the theater all to yourselves when you watched it?
That's been a lot of movies.
We've had that, because Sarah and I don't always see movies the week they come out.
Yeah.
And we typically go on Tuesdays, which I think are notoriously less traveled movie days. So all of that tied in together.
Yeah, there's been a lot of them. I can't pinpoint one.
What was the most recent one?
Most recent one that I went to was the riff tracks of The Return of the Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
Technically, there were 2 other people in the theater, but I call that to myself, basically. As well as when we finally got around to seeing it, Jurassic Park, the most recent.
Oh, was Superdog or the Super Pet movie?
Super Pets.
No, that had a few people in it.
Did it? Okay.
Yeah.
I saw Paws of Fury by myself recently.
Oh, how was that? It looks like you'd either really fun or really stupid.
It's both.
Or
Like
both.
it's not
Yeah.
atrocious.
Well, it's based off of
Blazing
It's
Saddles.
based off of Blazing
Yeah.
Saddles.
I love it already.
Like, yeah, some of the jokes work. Some of them are like, eh.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, I watched Paws of Fury and DC League of Super Pets in the same day,
Yeah.
and I laughed more at Super Pets.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Super Pets was definitely the better movie of the two.
God, there was a movie that you and I were sitting in. I was like, oh, I guess we could just kind of
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to like look
Converse.
at our past
movies that we went to.
Yeah. There's like a place where I can look at that. I don't remember where.
Sarah's gonna. Well, while Sarah looks that up, the super chat from Elwin says, "Just wanted to thank y'all for everything you do. This podcast has helped me much throughout the years." Well, Elwin, that's always great to hear. Thank you for being a part of it. Thank you for joining us here on these evenings as we have these podcasts, and we're glad that you can help anybody in any way. So that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
And we're happy to be here for you, but remember, a lot of the work you've done to get where you are is because of who you are and what you've done.
Bam.
We're happy to have enjoyed the ride with you.
Absolutely. Did you figure it out, Sarah?
No.
Sarah.
It only shows as far as when we went to see Jurassic World Dominion. Sorry, not Minion.
I thought since then. I thought recently there was a movie.
Let
me see what movies.
There was
Let me
Lightyear.
see.
There were people in that.
Lightyear.
Did you see Nope?
I did with my dad.
Elvis had people in it.
It wasn't Minions, was it? No, Minions.
No, there were like girls dressed up as Minions at Minions.
It wasn't Bullet Train.
Like
was
a
it?
group of like 6. I think.
Was it Bullet Train?
I feel like there was maybe one other person at Bullet Train.
It might have been it. Maybe
Maybe it
the
was
theater
Bullet
was
Train.
empty. I feel like what happens to us a lot is I go, oh, this is going to be an empty theater, and then people show up.
And then people show up. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Bullet Train's a really good film. I recommend it.
Bullet Train's fun.
I want to see it.
Oh god, it was
looks
fun.
so stupid, but so good.
Oh,
It's
it's
good.
fun.
Yeah.
I want more. All right. Well, I think that's going to be a wrap here tonight, everybody. Thank you for joining us here on the Semi Perfect Podcast. Thank you to Paleo and PanamaMatt for joining us here as well.
As always.
We will be back in 2 weeks. That will be just before Netflix stuff is happening.
Yeah.
So
On the 21st.
21st.
Yeah, right before the series comes out.
Why do I feel like something's happening that week?
I don't know. Well, I know
You'll find out.
Is something happening?
Oh no, it's I might
Weekend?
be going somewhere that weekend.
Yeah.
I might be going to Colorado for a racing event. Maybe. It's a big maybe right now considering we haven't booked anything and it's 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
That's a big maybe.
Yeah, big maybe. But yeah, so we will see you all in 2 weeks. Sarah, let's pull up our super chats and say thank you. Yeah. By the way, shout out to everybody that joined in at Everfree Northwest when we did make that video for the wild card.
America's Got
Yeah.
Talent.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that. I had kind of a vision of like, oh, it'd be cool if this happened, but everyone actually like overachieved, and it was
Yes,
awesome.
it was a great video. Y'all did amazing.
Yes, so thank you all, and then thank you to our super chatters.
Thank you to Elwin, Anime Guy, Nor Mermaid, Christian, and Bizarre. Is that all of them? I think that is all of them for today.
Yes.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
thank
your
you all.
generosity.
Thank you all so much. We'll see you all in 2 weeks. Hope you all have a great weekend coming up here. I hope you're all able to stay cool because it's been extremely hard to do that these days.
Yeah.
And we will see you all in 2 weeks on the Semi Perfect Podcast. Good night, everybody.
Good pony.
Good night, everybody.
All right.
And I love that Spaceman was in the background of that AGT short.
Spaceman.